day in the office.
Yeah, it's a bad day for us. You know, I mean, we obviously, you know, when we woke up this morning and the supporters coming to Slough, you know, we wanted a victory, and we haven't got it. Our preparations weren't helped. Adoka, Godwin, Malik, we'd obviously planned on Thursday the way we were going to play, and he sort of reported ill this morning and wasn't able to play. And so we had to change things around a little bit, but I mean, there's no excuses. I mean, we've lost a game. It's easy to look for excuses and you know, try to maybe blame things, but you know, I was disappointed with our first half performance. I felt we looked like the Oxford City of last year a little bit, where we had all of the ball, you know, controlling possession, but we looked a little bit open. And I didn't think we did it enough what we call the dirty bits, you know, like managers talk, you know. I didn't think we were aggressive enough on the tackle. I didn't think we worked hard enough to stop them playing forward. And I felt that we, although we looked quite pleasing on the eye and had all of the ball and that type of thing, we didn't really make their goalkeeper make the save, and they probably had 3 or 4 great chances. So we must be very, very careful that we don't turn into a team that everybody says, oh, great football, that was nice, great this, and we don't win. Now, we've spoken to the players in there. I think our performance levels for the first 8 games of the season have been good. Today, I felt we were just a little bit off of it first half. I can't fault the lads second half for the way they went about it with 10 men, and we kept trying to play and we kept trying to sort of go forward and try and get something. Second half, you know, we're 1-0 down away to, you know, 10 men away from home. It's going to be difficult, and I thought the lads had a go. First half, I was disappointed that we didn't do the basics of the game better. And when I say the basics, I mean the stuff like winning the first contact, picking up the second balls in midfield, playing with a little bit of aggression. And I just felt we lacked a little bit of that. And I felt we had a few players that were a little bit off of it. And the frustrating thing is I think it's a missed opportunity today. Fair play to Slough, and I've got a lot of respect for their 2 managers. They've obviously come up last year and they work hard, but I think, you know, an Oxford City that were bang on their game would have got something here today, and that's the real frustrating thing. But, you know, fair play to them, they've got the victory, and of course they've had 2 or 3 great chances, you know, at the end when we're chasing it, you know, with 10 men second half. But, you know, I think we've got to look at ourselves first. I'm sure you want to ask me a few questions about the officials, so I'll obviously go over to you on that now.
Well, I was going to say, in terms of the 2 decisions that were made, I mean, you know, the penalty, the red card, what are your thoughts on those?
Well, I thought the penalty decision was one of the worst decisions I've ever seen. Even their supporters, you know, came up to me at the end of the game and went, you know, absolutely disgraceful decision. I don't know. Craig King clearly gets the ball there when he comes out. I couldn't believe it when he pointed to the spot. But again, we have to look at what led to it. We could have done better. We had possession of the ball. We gave it away. But it's never a penalty. You know, it's never a penalty. I mean, it's a terrible decision. And then obviously on literally, you know, the last minute of the first half, I can sort of see why he sends Joe Ostler off. You know, it's one of those ones. They're both chasing. They're coming together. I can sort of see that. But to be honest, I thought that was harsh as well. You know, he must have been 100% sure that it was a professional foul to give it. I thought it was 2 players chasing and are coming together, maybe a yellow card and give Joe the benefit of the doubt, but he was very quick to send him off. So, you know, of course we haven't had the rub of the green with the decisions, of course we haven't, you know, again, you know, but we have to sort of look at ourselves, and that the penalty incident, sorry, the sending off incident, we had about 25 passes of the ball. We then give it away on the edge of their box. Their centre half clears it up the pitch, and then it's a race. Now, we cannot do that. We've switched off there. So, you know, we've got to look at ourselves. What I don't want to do today, and I don't want the players to do, is go away from here blaming everything solely on the officials and feeling sorry for ourselves. We've got to look what we can do better. And I felt, you know, we were looking a little bit like a nice football inside, but we were lacking a little bit of aggression both in and out of possession today.
Still maybe lacking a little bit of bravery perhaps in the box to take the shots when those opportunities present themselves?
Possibly, yeah, I can see why people would say that. Maybe we had a couple of opportunities to have a shot. I'm thinking perhaps, you know, Reece Fleet first half. I thought Reece was outstanding, by the way, today. Cabby there at the end was trying, so I can see where you're coming from, but you know, again, we have to make sure that we're a difficult side to play against, and I really don't want people to come away or opposition managers saying to me, "Oh, you're a great footballing side, and we don't get any points." We can't have that, and we haven't done so far. We look like we've been robust. We look like we've had a good character about us. But I was looking at it, you know, and that first fight, and I'm thinking, I'm not quite sure we're at it today. You know, I'm not quite sure we're really sort of 100% switched on. You know, they had their first long throw and it bounces in our 6-yard box. That is never a good sign for a manager, because, you know, in the previous game we've been heading those, we've been sort of dealing with it, and I just felt we were lacking a little bit on that today. Having said that, you know, again, you can't legislate for a decision like that going against you, and then down to 10 men on the stroke of half time. It's going to be a difficult day for us.
And how much of a positive do you draw from the fact that second half, you know, they really did battle? They didn't really look like a side that were up against it in terms of the numbers.
No, I'm proud of the players for the way they kept going, you know, but I'm disappointed that we've lost the game, you know, and but yeah, you know, we didn't jack it in and we kept going, and, you know, the second goal's a bit of a soft one as well, really, isn't it? I mean, Kingy sort of comes out to try and claim the corner, and he sort of said that he went to sort of claim the ball and his arm got pulled down, and, you know, that was a bit of a soft one as well to concede, really. So disappointing. I'd go back to the first half. A lot of possession, but didn't make their keeper work. They looked like they were quite threatening, and I don't think we showed enough aggression in our play in terms of our enough first contacts and enough second balls.
All right, so just looking ahead then, Bath City next weekend.
Yeah.
You know, it's time to regroup and think again, I guess.
That's right, we're only 9 games in, and you know, I don't know what the results have been today, but we just got to keep going. Yeah, we come in work on Tuesday and Thursday this week, and we prepare as best we can for Bath. You know, Bath have sort of had quite a good start to the season, and you know, it's going to be a tough game on Saturday. But yeah, I just was disappointed today, and you know, I feel as the manager that it was a bit of a missed opportunity here today, and I think, as I said previously, an on-song Oxford City today, you know, I think we would have been a great chance for us to get something. But credit to Slough. So I don't mean that to sound disrespectful to Slough. They've beaten us 2-0, and you know, they've got some capable players and a good management team. But I see this today as a missed opportunity for us.
And finally, just a word on injuries in terms of Rob Sinclair. I mean, what's the situation there? How's the squad going to look for next weekend?
Yeah, well, obviously Adoka's illness, so hopefully he'll be back. Josh Ashby, hopefully he'll come through the game with no sort of what's the word I'm looking for? You know, repercussions for them today. Rob Sinclair, I think he's going to still be a couple of weeks away, unfortunately. You know, it was a pretty bad hamstring tear, and I think it's been 3 weeks now. So we hope to get some more training into him in terms of strengthening it and keep working. But I don't think he won't be fit for Saturday, and perhaps we can aim for maybe a cup game, but that even might be too soon. So, but in terms of that, you know, Craig King, we haven't been able to train him that much this week because he's been struggling with his ankle, but you know, he didn't train Tuesday, Thursday, but we got him out there today. We have to see how he is. But yeah, no other injuries, I don't think. Obviously Joe Ostley will be suspended. I think it comes in straight away next Saturday. We hope it's just a 1-game ban, I think. But so we'll have to have a look at it. But yeah, no, apologies to the supporters today who obviously turned up here. You know, quite good numbers for us, to be fair. You know, we had a few here today, and we wanted to try and send them away happy. Obviously that hasn't happened, and you know, we want to try to do that. But I'm frustrated. I'm a little bit disappointed, but. You know, I've got to say, you know, when the opposition supporters are coming up to you and sort of saying that was one of the worst decisions they've ever seen, you know, it doesn't sort of leave a nice taste in the mouth. But we have to get on with it, and we have to react like men, as I always say, and take it on the chin and show a real good reaction next week and bounce back.
Thanks for that, Mark. That's great.